Welcome to the Carr and Seguin Show, hosted by Devon Carr and Paul Seguin, where two Michiganders dive into real estate, outdoors, community building, and everything in between.
What up, dude?
What's going on, man?
How you doing, dude?
Good, and yourself?
Good.
Just got back from a nice little family vacation, huh?
Yeah, the good spot of Mackinac Island.
How was the food?
It was good. We actually did a lot of picnics.
Okay.
My wife's probably going to hate me saying this.
You love picnics.
No. So here's my... We've already talked about it, so whatever. It is what it is. We dealt with it. But Jess and I are both on the same page of this.
Okay.
And my family is the same. It's not just her family. We love to eat out when we go on vacation.
Okay.
That's it.
Yep.
Right? And I'm just a big believer, like, if I'm going to go somewhere, I want to eat the food of where I'm at.
Okay. I mean,
plus, it's vacation. I don't want to have to make any lunches or dinners. Because also, the biggest thing is I want to go out to eat to then get ice cream. That is the number one main reason of going out is ice cream.
Yeah.
I mean, I always say, as we're going on vacation, is the biggest number one requirement is ice cream every night. I'm just a big ice cream guy. You have to. It's not a vacation without ice cream.
Okay.
And some days, even maybe twice a day.
Depends on how hot it is.
It's true. It was nice, though. It was, like, just temperature-wise. They were calling. It was supposed to be a little. I mean, it rained at night, but during the day, it was just perfect.
It was fine.
Dude, it was perfect, like fall weather. 60s, sunny, little breeze.
Wonderful.
You're just all the way up by the. You're in the tip.
Right.
Mackinac tippity tip. The bridge. Yeah, it was a good time.
How was the traffic on them?
Construction. Yeah, they had a solid one lane, like, closed. So going north, it was.
Yep.
And we were actually on the other down. It was, I don't know, just kind of funny. Like, I don't think the semi truck realized, like, it was like slowing down because we were actually on the west side of the beach.
Okay.
Like the fort area, on the bottom, the south side. And then I could just see the semi. I'm like, dude, that guy is flying. Like, I could see it on the bridge. Like this, I could see the truck. He's like, woo. I mean, like, dude, this next truck in front of him is like
not moving
here, and he's just cooking. And then obviously you can hear him throw his air brakes, and just I'm like, jeez Louise.
That would have
like
been a
slow
wreck.
down, dude. Yeah, to see a wreck on the bridge. Oh my goodness, that would have been
a horrible traffic.
That would have been on CNN. You know that for sure.
Yeah. I almost saw 2 accidents today on my way to work. One was a paver with a trailer and right by 275 there, and I mean just inches away, and he swerved out of the way. Everybody else was stopped. I don't know what he was doing, but just kept going. And man, I thought that trailer was up on one tire. Everything was about ready to flip
over.
Yep. And then it was 5 minutes later, this guy with this huge trailer's pulling out of a gas station, and we're all stopped at a light right in front of us.
Yeah.
He's pulling out, and our light turns green, and some guy just some person, I should say, just was in such a hurry.
Could be a chick too.
I mean, and just almost smashed into him. It was like,
What?
jeez, oh, Pete, people.
Patience.
Slow down.
I know.
I mean, what's your hurry?
I was going to say, though, it seems like the last few days, everyone is just driving so slow. I'm on the road way too much, though, for my job, but it's just like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if I've just been like, I found myself stuck behind the slow drivers these last few days.
You know, it does happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes
And it's like I can't get around them. And, like either there's just a wall of cars in this one lane, I can't go anywhere.
Right.
That kind of situation. Like, move it.
Right.
And I hate riding people's butts, but sometimes, man, it's like, dude, you deserve it. I'm sorry. Like, this is a highway, and you're stinking in the fast lane going 70. Like, what are you doing, dude?
I know.
Like, come on. Or, obviously living out in the country, it's 55 people. Like, drive.
Yeah.
Let's go. And you got these people, like, probably from out of town just riding 45. Like, no, this is not how we drive out here.
Right.
Sorry. You city folk, go back to your lights every 10 feet and 40-mile-an-hour roads. We out here in the country like to get to places fast.
I've been seeing that lately with the left-hand lane. I saw two people last week. They were going like 60 miles an hour in the left-hand lane. It's like,
that is what causes accidents.
Right.
Because you have everybody, it's just a known fact. The left two lanes are the faster lanes. If you're a slow driver, stay on the left or the right side.
Yep.
And when you get people moving over on those lanes thinking like, oh, well, it's the freeway. It's 70 miles an hour anyways. No, you jackwagon. Like 80 is the standard speed. Now move over.
Right.
Because when you got people flying up or now you get all congested and obviously everyone's going to try to get around you.
Right.
That's when accidents happen.
Right.
So it's like, yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's, I swear I heard that if you're going slow in the left-hand lane, they can ticket you.
Yeah, 100%. Because it's a known, unspoken like rule. Right. These are the fast lanes.
Get out of there.
Yeah.
Stay out of the left-hand lane except to pass. They all say that.
Exactly. Well, in some places, I think you get out of Michigan, the left lane, they start putting those diamonds right in the highway. Like I think Ohio's got it, or even like Kentucky and Tennessee. Like
they have a diamond in the.
Yeah, and it says fast lane only.
Oh, really?
So it's like if you're not going fast, get out of this lane.
Right.
It's because it's true. Like you slow drivers are do you cause problems? Get out of the way. And you just make me late.
Right?
No, that's just me.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's not the drivers. There's no way.
Who was I talking to? I think it was yesterday. Yeah. With, no, it was today with Justin and Melissa. We were talking about, because we both got really early to the closing today. Like we were.
You?
I know. Pam even was like, what? Paul?
Did you get your time wrong?
Yeah. Like, you okay? I said, I know, I'm on time, right? And I said, listen, this is how I like to say it, and I might be completely wrong, and it is what it is. And I know I need to work. I've said it for a long time. My time management sucks. Okay? I admit my faults. But realtors and I speak maybe just for myself, not for everybody, but I kind of like to look at it as a doctor, right? When you make doctor's appointments, do you know how many times, or at least maybe my doctors have just sucked, and maybe they're in the same realm as me, that never on time. But I've always been there like, okay, I got a 3 o'clock appointment, and I'm just sitting in the room, twiddling my thumbs. It's like, okay.
Yep, that is.
It's already 3:20, 3:25. Where the frick is this guy?
That's exactly what happened.
And I think that is oh, look who's calling. That's what it is sometimes for us realtors. Like, we go on appointments that sometimes just take a little longer than we plan.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, you get chatterboxes, or there's more questions. People ask a lot of questions. I don't know. Things just take a little while, like a showing,
Right.
Sometimes we can book an hour, and they use the whole stinking hour because we end up talking about certain things or whatever.
Right.
So
yep.
it takes longer, just like a doctor.
Than expected.
Right? You set an appointment with a doctor, and you could be sitting in the room waiting forever because just like him, right? Maybe he just, I don't know, had to review an x-ray a little longer with a patient, right? Or give a diagnosis that nobody likes to hear, and you got to explain it a little longer. Or maybe you have an old worried parent that just never shuts up and keeps asking questions. And those are all good things. Anyways, but it is.
Well, it's a logical way you put it.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is very
that
well
is also
thought
another
out.
compliment, too. Being on time for a closing.
Right.
Hey, I mean, I beat out the other realtor and the other title company, so that's a great day.
That's a good day.
At least the clients were there first. No realtors, no buyer title. Pam and the clients were there. Pam's always there.
Pam is always.
Pam's awesome.
Yeah.
I love Pam. What up, Pam? We had her on.
Yeah.
Core Title.
Right.
If you need any title services, call Core Title right there in Northville. Ask for Pam.
Yep.
Let them know Devon and Paul sent you. There you go.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, man, what's cracking in Devon's world?
Not much.
Hunting's coming up.
Hunting's coming up.
Yeah, you been scouting?
Not too much.
No.
Just got the cameers out. You
Yeah.
know, just snapping some.
You got names for the bucks?
We got one that made it over. We call them. His name's Jim Beam.
Jim Beam.
Last year he had a weird, like a second beam that came off his right side, or no, it's his left side. And then this year it blew up. Now it's got 8 on one side, on that side. Yep.
Holy cow.
Yep. And then
What does he got on the other side of the beam?
I want to say it's 5.
No
I
way.
have to relook. My brother-in-law just got good pictures of them.
Do good angles of looking at it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. And
I mean, it's pretty big spread.
yeah, it's a nice deer.
Really?
I mean, it's a nice deer. Yeah.
Mature buck?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yep.
So
I wouldn't say he's
who-
5, but I mean 4.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, dude. You better tag that sucker.
As long as somebody at our place gets it.
Yeah,
That's
no.
all I
I was just talking to my cousin we were just chatting about kind of what his game plan was up in their property.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes wander up there, but yeah, they had 2 really big bucks that they were watching.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt, he was telling me, he's like, yeah, I saw it was it 2 years ago? And he's like, I passed on it because I wanted it to. We consistently saw him, so we know where his paths were. You know where he's walking, knowing like, okay, he's pretty homey right here.
Right.
You know, this is his territory, and he's like, no, he passed on. I'm like, he's probably like a 2-3-year-old. He's like, I'm gonna give him 1 more year. They saw him once early in the season, and then never saw him again. So they don't know for sure, but because there's a decent couple of farms right around them, so I'm sure it's gone. And then the same thing again on another one. They saw it a couple times, and then the neighbor actually even shot him, and it ran into their property. So he saw that one. He's like, motherfucker, he's got a whole lot. Like literally saw him after the shot. Like he just took out, and I forget what his name, Andre the Giant, they were naming him.
Oh, that's a good name.
I know. Andre the Giant.
Right?
Yeah. That's so fun. I love all the names.
There are some.
Everybody always does it. You know, you watch.
What's Mark Kenyon's? What was his? Tron was
Tron.
the big one.
Yeah.
On his back 40.
Yeah.
That he always saw. I don't know if he got him. I don't think he did last year.
I think he did at the end.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
He shot him towards the end of the season.
Okay.
I think he did. Yeah, because he had 2 names, didn't he? Or 2 bucks, or was it just the one?
I think he had 2. I think he had Tron. He definitely had Tron, and then he had.
There's like
I think another
a
one.
niner or something. Didn't he call him something? I don't know, but I love the names.
Yeah, there's some good ones.
They are. But that's what I was asking Matt. You know, like, hey, you got some ones picked out, and he's like, yeah. He's like, I'm all about the names too. He's like, but it's just got to have something unique about them, and then he's like, if they're just like a normal looking spread or a decent buck, I'm like, oh, that's a good one.
Right. Yeah.
He's a 9 point. Let's keep an eye on that one. You know, but he's like, he was kind of explaining the Andre the Giant. It was just this massive, just spread. Mm-hmm. I think he was a 10-pointer, and he's like, dude, it was massive, just huge. He's like, you knew he was Andre the Giant when he walked in. Like, oh, there he is. That's massive. You know that spread. And then, but that's the risk you take, right?
Right. That is true.
It's not like it's a fenced-in property.
Yeah. And I mean, if other people want to shoot, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, you're always rolling the dice, just letting them walk.
But you do. You want to do that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole purpose. That's the thrill of hunting, right? It's like I've seen that buck grow up since it was like a 2-year-old buck to now it's a 4-year-old massive daddy.
Find it
And
sheds.
then that's all you hold. That's all, right. You wait out for it.
Yeah, it's
You
just
pass up other good-looking bucks like, nope, holding out.
Right.
Holding out. There he is. Take him down.
yeah,
And then you're just freaking on cloud 10
right.
for the whole next year, right?
But I mean, I would say over the years it's become more about the process, like you said. I mean, whether it's you watch one just grow up, and then you find sheds for it, and you get pictures the next year. Then come January, you leave your cameras out there just to check them,
Right.
just to make sure that he's still there.
Yeah,
And,
right. When you pass him up, like, let's see if we can. He's still alive. Didn't get tagged.
Yep.
You know, and I don't know if it's just something more, obviously with cameras, right?
Right.
It's blown up to
Yeah.
to the tracking, and you're following them, and you're watching all of their patterns through summer and fall, and you're kind of trying to plan out where they're going to be at. But that's kind of the cool part about it.
I think so.
Well,
I have a
yeah.
lot more fun doing it that way. I mean,
Right.
just, I don't know.
Just going out and shooting anything you see.
Yeah.
You know?
Which is fine too. I mean,
For
if that's what
sure.
you want to do, I mean, that's great.
But it is fun being more strategic about your approach.
At least it makes me feel like a more accomplished person.
Yeah.
Boost myself still a little bit.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I'm excited for it to start.
I think the weather is looking fabulous for hunting, by the way.
It's not bad. I mean, it's a low. I think it's the. Oh my God! What am I trying to say? Temperature's the lowest of the whole week for the high. I
Yeah.
think it's only supposed to be 7 or 60s,
Mm-hmm.
at least on the first. And then,
Right.
I mean, it's always going to be warm the first little bit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it don't matter. At least, I mean, if it stays like this, the mosquitoes might not be bad.
No.
Which is
They're already
best part.
They're already not bad.
I know.
There's already a huge difference. Big time.
As long as it stays, hopefully it stays like this.
If you don't have to worry about mosquitoes on the tree stand,
Oh, I know.
that's a win right there.
Yep.
Big time.
Yeah.
Jeez. They've been bad this year.
Terrible.
But I think, like, honestly, like, I don't think I've swatted a mosquito in over a week. Not one.
Yeah, I don't think we've had, I don't think it's been bad.
I mean, I was up north for a lot of those days, but where it was really cold. I mean, dude, it got down to 45 at night. Those two nights. I mean, we woke up early with kids and stuff, and it's like, woo,
It's a little chilly.
it's cold. I
Right.
mean, we brought the winter jackets for the kids. It's cold, man. Sitting out there, you can see your breath again. Like, oh, here we go. It's this time of year again.
know.
See your breath.
It's so nice.
It is, though.
Turn off the air, have the windows open.
Yeah.
Tired of listening to air conditioner.
But not only so, like, the cams, back to the hunting, like, there's so much strategy in, like, doing the scout. Like, I know, with cams, you can obviously, you got a great property that you can hunt.
Mm-hmm.
But I was talking with him, too, because I think I might go do some, like, public land hunting this year.
Yeah.
And I've never done it. I've always either gone to them on their property mostly than anything.
Okay.
And I haven't done too many lately. I mean, ever since I've gotten married, I've, like, not really done any hunting.
It does happen.
Uh-huh.
I know what that's
Kids
like.
and hunting, yeah. Just priorities,
Right.
right? But no, it's just like that's who I was mainly talking with Matt, is like, because he used to do it all the time. Like, that's how they grew up. Before,
Public land.
Yeah, before my uncle bought 80 acres up in Reed City.
Mm-hmm.
They had a huge hunting. I mean, that was like kind of like what they did on the back 40, right? I mean,
Right.
they turned that into a hunting mecca.
Yep.
And then sold it, but they bought another 60 acres and kind of just doing the same thing. He was just actually telling me, my uncle Emmett has passed now from cancer, but he never knew this, but he actually called one of the Michigan State, kind of land management guys,
Okay.
just to come out and look at what they were doing, just kind of get a scope of their land. He's like, yeah, Emmett Holmes. He's like, yeah, man. You guys used to own 80 acres over on whatever Lake Road it was off of, and he's like, yeah. He's like, you know my dad? He's like, oh, heck yeah. He's like, didn't you guys plant like over 150 trees? He's like, I told him to do that. Like, plant all these trees here, all the pines and stuff. And he's like, oh, crap. He's like, yeah, I've been on this property too. And he's like, holy cow. you guys have done amazing. And he just was kind of like one of those things like, oh, shoot. Like, I guess what we are doing.
Right, yeah.
Is kind of gives you a little like, okay.
Yeah.
A little pep in your step. Like, I guess we're doing it right. Especially if someone like this guy shows up and goes, oh, crap.
Right.
You're doing great.
It's like, I knew I was doing it right. The whole time.
But that's the thing. Sometimes, just being kind of like a side to see what they do all the time, every year, it's always like a kind of a guessing game, right? You know what I mean? You're always throwing different crops in the ground, whether it's rye or wheat or sugar beets or whatever.
Trying something different.
What's going to work, right? And no, it was just kind of cool to hear him just talk about that, but more so of on the public land, just like, you're trying always to find those spots, like, especially like I was going to go scout over in like Waterloo.
Okay.
They always went and picnic.
Yep.
But, and I never done it. So I'm like, dude, how do I do it? Like, I mean, how do you set up shop? Like, just straight up like, dude, I'm like oblivious. Like, I'm going to go do it, but like, it's public.
Yeah, no, I used to hunt public land. We had a little state land right by my house, and my mom used to drive me over. It was a 2-minute drive.
Yeah.
She dropped me off, and I'd just go walk up to my tree stand. And
so would you have
there.
a tree stand already set up and just leave it there?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And one of them got stolen.
See, that's what I was at. I'm like, dude, what do you do? Like, do you try to claim your spot? And he's like, well, you can, but.
When we locked it, and someone ended up taking it, and
freaking just snapping the bolts?
Yeah.
Serious?
Yep. Man.
People are low.
There are people like that, but most of the time, all the people that hunt public land,
you kind of respect each other, right? I mean, you should.
That's what you should do.
You should do.
Yeah.
At least us good guys were
right.
like, I'm not going to steal someone else's tree stand.
Right.
I know I paid, $200-$300 for mine. I'm not going to steal yours either.
Right.
Yeah. But he was just telling me even a story, too, where he's like, they would trek in with stand on back.
Yep.
And then put it up. And he was just telling me a story. He's like, yeah, I remember one time we were going to our spot, and you find a good spot where they're tracking, and we set up the stand, and he's like, we always knew there was one right over there, another stand, just about probably 20, 30 yards away, but the guy, like, it was always empty. And then sure enough, out of nowhere, dude,
there he was.
We set up. He's like, I remember just getting set, and all of a sudden, here he comes through the woods, walks right up to the stand and sits down. I'm like, gosh. So he's like, unpacked it and went and moved somewhere else.
Yep. Yeah. Those climbers now, they're so light. You just pop them.
Right.
Obviously, you pick out your tree beforehand.
Right.
But
just that's what I got to do is just do a little scouting. Right. Find a good spot.
But I didn't get any on the public, and I think I was 12, and I just bow hunted, and never got any, but I know I missed a couple, and then I saw a fair amount of deer. So it was fun. I played hockey back then, so I didn't have a whole lot of time, and got a night off, and say, Mom, you want to go drop me off so I can go hunting?
You got it.
Right.
That's where you want to go, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
So there's a lot of people that do it. I got another buddy that hunts public land.
It's become a big thing.
He's had some nice pictures of some really nice deer. And then there's a show on, I think, the Pursuit Channel, where it's all Michigan.
Really?
I think I don't know if it's all Michigan, but they do hunt public land in Michigan on the show.
Really?
And they've got some really nice ones. They're around, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Shoot, you see some of these stinking deer bucks that walk through Livonia.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I know there's that small little window for the depopulation of the Tri-County.
Yeah.
Oakland, Wayne, and Macomb, I think it is, or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, there's some, when we lived in Livonia, I remember pulling up my driveway once and going, dude, that's a massive buck.
I know.
Like, what are you doing around here?
It's safe.
Well, exactly. That's what it is. Know what you can't shoot, and food everywhere.
Right.
All
the flowers and plants you can eat.
And all the all the extra stuff that everyone
Bird
else
seed.
throws out there. Yeah. Untouched. Living in their little patches of woods.
Right.
Throughout the city area.
There are some giants in the city.
Oh, dude.
They're huge.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. It was late at night. So when I pulled into the driveway, it was like, just this massive buck sitting right there in the middle of Livonia. I was like, are you kidding me right now?
Right.
And it's like in my house. Like I'd say country, but whatever. It's acreage and there's tons of open land around us. Right? So there's perfect, tons of water, tons of woods. Like, there you go.
Right.
And vegetation all over the place. You should be breeding them. And we used to see consistently 12 doe every stinking night. I haven't seen one in like the last 2 months.
Maybe somebody sprayed your yard with that deer repellent.
Better not have. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, because Jess told the neighbors that I'm probably going to be hunting because I'm trying to. This is what, if I can get permission from my neighbor, then I'm just going to hunt there. He's selling his 26 acres. He's let the whole property go. He used to, the first year we lived there, it was like immaculate. Very nice.
Yep.
He's not done once this year. And he put it up for sale earlier this year. So obviously, dude, just let me hunt it.
Right.
He ain't doing anything with it.
Right.
And it's 26 acres. He's got 2 massive ponds.
Yeah.
And that's where they all go.
Well, that would be a good one.
I don't know. I was talking with Brad, my contractor that we're doing work on a house, and he's like, Paul, I always thought you were a ask for forgiveness, not permission kind of guy. I'm like, yeah, I guess so, right?
I don't know when it comes to
hunting, though.
Hunting and loaded weapons.
Yeah, that's kind of what I said. I said, usually, yeah. I mean, I'd rather ask for forgiveness, but, I mean, hunting and killing, I don't know.
DNR.
Yeah.
They have
without permission.
more power than
anybody.
Yeah. So
which is crazy.
You can kiss your gun goodbye along with everything else. At that point, is it really worth it?
No. No. That's why.
I mean, hopefully, if you just ask him, hopefully he's nice enough. And
I know.
Yeah,
Sure. I sent him. I did some creeping, right? As a realtor, you can a little bit find easily information publicly real fast. But I reached out to him. He hasn't responded back yet. But I also reached out to the realtor that currently is listing the property. And he just actually called me today and said, "Hey, man, I just want to let you know I don't have it anymore." I'm like, "Well, what do you mean you don't have it anymore?" He's like, "We literally just took it down today." I'm like, okay. So maybe you should call me.
Yeah.
I'll sell your 26 acres.
Right.
You definitely have it way listed, way over what it's worth. I mean, that's probably what it's at since March.
I remember because you talked about that when we
Dude,
first
26
started.
acres for $1 million. Yeah.
That's a
No. And it's not even buildable. I know they marketed it, and I know for a fact because I even called the Salem Township. It's forgetting the term, but it's like there's a zero clearance site plan. So like to build the sub, you have to have a site clearance. To have a road come up, and the way that the property is, there's no clearance. So you're having way too much drop. So it ain't gonna work. I know Jess even says like, man, that'd be sweet. I'm like, yeah, it would be sweet.
Right.
Go from 2 to 28 real fast. You kidding me?
That would be awesome.
It's got an old apple orchard on it, 2 ponds. I mean, and the pictures, I've walked the property many times, but I've never saw the back one. I didn't realize that was his too, because it's a decent looking pond. It's got an old barn that they converted into a house and added a garage to it, like kind of literally converted a barn into like living space. And I'm like, so I'm like, okay, well maybe we could put it in the company name, and then that could be my office.
There you go.
And then finagle it like that. Maybe that's where I'll start doing all the client appreciation events.
There you go.
At the farm.
Right. That'll work.
Dirt bikes, 4-wheelers.
Right.
Shoot some guns. Yeehaw.
Sign this waiver, please.
Yeah. If you get shot, not my responsibility.
Right, yeah.
I know. I'd love it, though. That'd be sweet. I don't know.
That would be.
Dude, just to walk right out. I know. Like you. Just wake up and walk right out. Go to your stand. Boom. That's what I would love to do.
It is nice.
Yeah.
No complaints there.
So
our next show will have to be an update, a hunting update.
I know.
Because by that time it'll be
right in the thick of it.
Yep.
Hopefully you got what do you call yours?
Oh, Jim Beam?
Jim Beam. That's
Yep.
the title of the show, Jim Beam.
Yep.
And we ain't talking about the beverage.
Right. A little bit of both.
Yeah, man. I hope you're the one that tags it.
As long as somebody does.
And then we'll be, maybe doing a little smoking right here in the studio.
Oh, yeah.
Some mate. Sure Rob would like that.
Repaint the walls.
Heck yeah. No, it's awesome. This time of year is the best.
I would agree.
Dude,
There's too much to do, not enough time for sure.
I know. Can we just pause work for a second? All the clients just stay put.
Right. Nobody do anything.
You got to give me about a 6 weeks off. Though.
Right, yeah.
Get me to the end of rifle
Yep.
season, and then we'll get right back into it, okay? You don't need to move right now. Just take a break, okay?
You can contact me between 12 and 1.
As I'm eating my lunch to go back out.
Right.
Love it. Well, here we go. Hunting season. Well, get ready for all the hunting shows, people.
Right?
That's right.
Who's seeing what?
That's right. Well, good luck, sir.
As to you.
I got to find a spot to go this year. Well, we'll end it on that note.
Yeah.
To the beginning of the hunting season of 2021. The best time of the year. Even better than Christmas.
I would agree.
Because you get to have Christmas morning every morning. It's like the same feeling. You're waking up to go out. It's
With weapons.
It's Christmas. Gotta be quiet. Right. Yeah. Eating your snacks. Yeah. Gotta bring all the good stuff. That is half of the fun too, is packing
Oh, yeah.
for the day.
Debbie cakes.
Do you like
and-
pulling all dayers?
You know, I don't.
Yeah. It's hard.
I used to do it a little bit, and then, I know they say it during the middle of the day. You can find them. I have very rarely ever seen deer during the middle of the day, but
Sure, you're gonna catch them. Duh, they're gonna be moving all the time.
yeah,
But obviously, it's mornings and evenings.
yeah.
That's it.
I know they say it, and there's plenty of deer that have been shot during the middle of the day, but for as little time that I can actually go hunting, I'd rather not spend it in the middle of the day if I don't have to.
No. So what is your normal schedule like? We're about to end it, but how early do you like to be out? Obviously before the sun rises,
Yep.
right? And
I
you'll
like
go
to
to
be sitting an hour or 45 minutes before,
yeah.
depending.
And
If it's a full moon, it doesn't. It's so bright out there.
Oh,
anyways.
right.
But and then I pretty much leave. If there's nothing around me, I'll leave normally 10 minutes before shooting time ends, because I can't see anything anyways.
Oh, for
if
sure.
something nice walked in, I'm not gonna shoot.
Will you sit till noon or 11?
No, early season will start. Shooting time will be around 7.
Yeah.
So I'll be out around 9:30.
Just a couple hours.
Yeah, I sit for a few hours, couple hours, especially this time of year.
Right.
When it gets more into the rut, then I'll stay longer. Depends
right.
on
When there's more
obviously
activity.
what's going on.
Yeah.
But
That's the fun part too, is when you go out so much, you're starting to mentally note
right.
what they're doing, who's coming in. Oh, nope, that's that same doe again.
Yep.
Up. The three are showing up together. So
They have a pattern.
you know a buck's gonna start showing up if they're all
Right.
they're keeping their pattern and they're sticking together.
Yeah.
Someone's got to be coming here soon, picking up on the trail.
Yeah.
So there's as you do it more, there's so much to it than just you're oh, you go hunting, yeah.
You just go sit in a tree.
Yeah,
and wait.
no. You just pull a trigger. No,
Right.
no.
Some days I wish it was that easy.
Yeah. But it's exciting.
Yes, it is.
Heck yeah, man.
Hunting season.
That's right.
All right.
Jim Bean, baby. Devon's coming for you.
Yep.
He's going to get ya. Going to put a dot right through you.
Hope so.
Yeah, buddy. What bow do you have?
I have a Matthews Verdicts.
Nice.
I bought one. Well, my parents bought me one when I was 12. No, 14. I had the same bow until last year I got it.
Did you? The Verdex?
Yep.
Yeah.
2 year and a half ago, I would say.
Nice.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Well,
It was nice.
take out Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy. Well, we know we're gonna have an update.
Yep.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Be ready, folks. Stay tuned. Well, I'm Paul Seguin with eXp Realty.
I'm Devon Carr with Gold Star Mortgage.
This is the Carr and Seguin Show. See you.
See you.
The primary purpose of this podcast series is to inform, entertain, and educate. The information, opinions, and recommendations presented in this podcast series do not constitute legal or professional advice, opinions, or endorsements of any kind. Gold Star Mortgage Financial Group, NMLS 3446, Equal Housing Lender.